Every change in our lives, every event in our lives, whether it's inside our mind space as a thought or an idea or outside in the physical world, can potentially become a challenge. Now, whether it does or not depends on two fundamental questions. Number one, what are the circumstances of the event? For example, you're driving along the road on a wet night and suddenly coming towards you are the headlights of an oncoming car. Or on a more mundane day-to-day level, you have to learn how to use a new piece of office equipment. Or thirdly, more subtly and personally, at work or on a sports field or at home, you really find it difficult to work alongside a colleague or a family member or another player. Now, in every case, you can accept that challenge and move on. In the case of the oncoming car, instinct kicks in and you take evasive action, hopefully for the better, and you survive. With the office equipment, get the manual out, ask a friend, do some training, you learn how to use it and you move on. In the third scenario, yes, that person is a little bit tricky. I've got my own foibles, I'll accept that, take it for what it is and get by and move on. Now the second question is, what would happen if you ignored the challenge? Now in the first case, on the wet road at night, it's a no-brainer. Not taking evasive action would lead to potential fatality, a disastrous situation. In the case of the office equipment, ignoring that means, yes, maybe a little guilt would flip in, you're leaving it to someone else, spreading bad vibes, and you're not really a good person to be hanging around with. It accumulates. And in the third case, not accepting that challenge, ignoring it, means that you would be blaming somebody else for your situation. You'd be sweeping it under the carpet. And on a consistent basis, that means getting sucked into an eternal cycle of stress, anxiety, and fear. Not good for the health. So the key to accepting a challenge or a change in your life is to take ownership of it immediately and entirely. Because taking ownership of the challenge is the first step in learning the resilience formula. And it's also the prelude to enjoying the adventure of the problem that's coming up.